Do you ever find out about something, get interested in it, and then very quickly find yourself spending every waking minute for a couple of days either reading about it, watching videos about it, or even just thinking about it until you basically have no choice but to spend money on it, whatever it is? Well, I do. And this time, it's cryptocurrency mining. My name is Nicholas Johnson, and this is the Space Warehouse. Life pro tip. It's important to keep a credit card with a good solid spending limit on it, empty and ready to go in case of a life emergency. But as I'm progressing through life, these banks just keep giving me more and more credit all the time. And I'm finding that it's equally important to keep a second credit card empty and just ready to go at a moment's notice for when you need to fund a days-long project you've just come up with. And I want to say that I am just so lucky to have found a life partner who won't freak out when I spend $9,000 on an idea I just had earlier that day after 5 hours of research on the internet. Sarah Hazelwood is a perfect wife in every way. I am on a quest to accrue a net worth of $1 million by 2024, and I'm not going to be able to do that without taking some risks along the way. Today's bet came to me on accident while watching a YouTube video by a guy named Biahaza. Biahaza? I don't know, he never says his own name. He's always talking about little schemes to make passive income, and he started talking about mining Bitcoin. And holy crap, did that send me down a rabbit hole. From article to Reddit groups to YouTube videos, it has led me to this $5,000 mess on my desk. And this slightly more tidy version in front of me now, with another 2 more GPUs in the mail on the way. These computers are mining Ethereum, and it turns out with a little unwillingness to give up, computer building is actually pretty easy. It turns out other people on the internet just know everything collectively. So here's what's happening on my desk right now. These computers are solving complex mathematical problems and helping with all the cryptocurrency transactions, updating ledgers and providing a pool of computing power for people to mine Ethereum. I'm using a program called Kudo Miner to do it. And even though my system's only halfway set up, I've got 2 more GPUs in the mail on the way here, it's generating on average $1,021 a month. For any mining enthusiasts that come across this video, it's running on 2 RTX 3080s. Right now it's running at about 190-ish megahash per second, and I have 2 more 3080s in the mail on the way here that I'm going to install onto the same board next week. This mess here looks the way it does because it is getting harder and harder to find these GPUs at all. So I bought one from eBay that was in a water-cooled eGPU case, but it connects over Thunderbolt 3, and my motherboard doesn't even support Thunderbolt 3, so I had to extract it from its box and wire the guts straight into my board to make it go. I'm using a 1x to 16x riser, or 16x to 1x, whatever. This little blue cord's just plugging it into the motherboard. The bet that I'm taking here is twofold. One, these income projections are based on the value of Ethereum right now, so it's only going to produce that much value if Ethereum stays the same price or goes up. And of course, nobody can predict these markets. Elon Musk tweeted something the other day and the value of Bitcoin went down 10%, like all at once. And two, I happened to come across this activity at a time when Ethereum is switching the way it's set up and mining like this with graphics cards is no longer going to be possible, or no longer going to be the same. Nobody really knows what's going to happen after that. Ethereum as we know it is based on a proof of work concept, which is where all of these computers in people's garages just whirring away make the whole system work. But this uses a ton of electricity, more all the time in fact, and so the powers that be are going to switch to a proof of stake concept. I don't fully understand this yet. If you're interested, look it up. But the point is that the proof of stake concept does not use GPUs to mine the coins, so this setup will not necessarily be valuable for that. So I'm betting that I can pay back my initial investment and turn a profit before they switch to that new system and ruin all the fun. By the time I'm done building this computer completely, I will have sunk $9,000 into this project, but it will be producing $2,000 a month. So as long as things stay the same they are for now, it should pay itself off in just a couple of months. And of course, Ethereum is not the only cryptocurrency, and there will be others to put this thing to work mining. So even if it just means I make less money, it should still continue to do work. The positive hope is that they've been talking about this ETH 2.0 for a number of years now, and they just keep pushing back the date of when that's going to switch over to that new system. And at this current earning rate, I only need about 4 months for this thing to pay itself off and just start making profit, start making free money, basically. And after that, it's just another source of income that will passively sit on a shelf and print money. I don't personally have to worry about the electricity cost. We have our house wired up fully on solar. We make more electricity than we ever use. This thing, as it is, only runs on about 550 watts. I'm going to double that, so it's going to run on like 1,000 continuous watts. But our solar produces more than we use, so I'm not even gonna have to figure in the electricity costs. Even better, the money it's making is in the form of Ethereum, which a lot of people seem to think is going to significantly increase in value into the future. That makes this now my third leg of my planned $1 million net worth by 2024. So far, the other two are strategically investing my salary at Space and selling off my most expensive assets, including a house I bought in 2010 to buy risky stocks, while aggressively moving that money around in an attempt to swing trade that value even higher. So by all means, follow along while I make questionable choices in an attempt to gain access to Elysium and leave behind this life of 8-foot ceilings and high-effort, low-return side hustles. I've made a playlist for this quest, and this is the second installment of that story. Click here to see the first one, and subscribe to watch me succeed or fail over the next few months and years. My name's Nicholas Johnson, cryptocurrency mining.